So, as I've said earlier, we take this opportunity to appreciate we have 5 awesome judges that will be judging today's session. And apart from 5 judges, we have 7 startups that have already registered. Some of them are well known to the IEEE community, whereas others are very new. And we kind of brought everybody on board so that and then get to know exactly what we are taking to the next step, that is Region 8, where they will be going head on with the other teams from the region, and then the best will be announced sometimes later in 2021. So today will be really an awesome day. So I don't know, Dr. Shege, I can pass it over to you so that you can do a brief intro of today's session. As we wait for everybody to join, as we do the intro session, I believe by then everybody else will have joined, and then we can start the pitch. We don't want to waste some time because we have quite a lot to cover. We have judges who are supposed to share, and then also the expectations, and then we have now the pitches, and then from there we go direct to the wrap-up session. Yeah, all that. So back to you, Dr. Shege. I hope you can see my slides, and if you have them, maybe you can share them from your end.
I can see your slides, but I've not yet downloaded them from my end.
Okay.
Maybe you could just be swiping as we go on.
Okay, perfect. No problem. I'll do that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 5 of our IEEE Kenya chapter competitions. And today we have a very loaded panel of judges with diverse experiences in startups, and I want to appreciate those who have already joined us. We have Savio. I don't know, Savio, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, Daktari.
Okay. Just say hi to the participants as we start. Savio.
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, welcome to this session, and I'm happy to be here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Savio. Basically, members, the theme for our pitch today, we are looking at advancing technology for humanity, engineering to be particular. So this program for the IEEE Region 8 Entrepreneurship Initiative this year is focused on advancing technology, what issues that affect humanity directly, especially when it comes to the kind of engineering solutions that you're coming up with. So this competition is to just look at the teams that are here and those who have already formed startups and who have interest in extending the work that they're doing. And we have a number of rules for this competition that we laid out earlier. We said that teams should be made up of 3 to 5 participants with at least one IEEE student or a young professional member, or at least an MVP, and teams are allowed and encouraged to get external sponsors. And your innovation should be aligned with the state-of-the-art in sustainable engineering. And during we really value how innovative you are and how ambitious you are, how visionary you are, a sustainable area. And originality is the wow effect you're going to leave us. How clear is your work? How and is your innovation replicable? And of course, the other area that we are so much interested in is interdisciplinary approach or multidisciplinary approach. And for the, maybe you could take us to the second slide, Kidenji. Just introduce her from the Kenya section. Kidenji, are you there? So I think Kidenji. Okay, maybe he's a bit off. So I've introduced Seth, one of our members. We also have Janat. I don't know if she has joined. Janati, are you there? Maybe you could say hi to the team.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Hi. Thank you, Janati. I don't know if we have Esther Moshiri with us. Esther, are you there? Esther?
I think Chalt was notified me that Esther is running late, but she will soon.
Thank you, Kidenji. Do we have Engineer Vincent with us? Vincent Lema?
Engineer has not also joined. Maybe Janati can help us into calling him directly to get to know if he's joining, because he's from Uganda.
Okay.
Okay, let me do that, Kithinji.
Okay, perfect, Janati.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great. So, Kidenji, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Amos. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm somewhere where network is not very stable, but I'll try my best. At least when I'm kind of dropping, you can just give me an hint so that I can come back to our session, so that I don't end up doing much. Yeah. So just as Dr. Shege has done that quick intro to the judges, Dr. Shege will be the one coordinating the judges, and from my end, I'm here to make sure all the startups are ready and set for our today's presentation. And one kind of a speaker here is diverse startups from diverse individuals from kind of diverse solutions, but all of it with one aim of at least telling us how their solutions kind of tailor-made to suit our theme, and not only to suit our theme, but also how unique or how relevant are their solution to what we have been discussing for the whole week. Personally, I'm also running a startup that is kind of ongoing. We have an MVP, still some few more maybe it was supposed to be done by December, but hopefully by January we will have one kind of a module, and then launching again our version 2, which will be kind of an awesome solution. So just to give us a glimpse of what we'll be hearing today, we have Afex. I don't know if Fidel has just reached out to me. He's telling me another director from Afex will be the one sharing. I don't know if we have anybody from Afex. Do we have anybody from Afex? Yeah. I understand we have Cynthia. We have I don't know. I can't seem to find any. Even Harlan is not here. So if I know Shadrach Kipkemo is here, and maybe Shadrach, you can take these honors to reach out to Fidel and tell Fidel that his team is needed. Shadrach, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Kitinji. Let me reach out to him.
Yeah, perfect. And then another interesting team here is Insight Heritage Group. I know most of us know Captain Joshua Mukisa. Joshua Mukisa, I don't know if you have joined us. Joshua Mukisa. And when I say captain, I mean the flight. Is it the plane, not the football captain or the other one? So Mukisa, seems that also Mukisa has not joined us. I'll reach out to him. And then another one is we have fuel monitoring, efficient, reliable, and transparent. So we have Bernard Ngoda. I don't know if Bernard Ngoda has joined us, or anyone from the team. I understand we have Bernard, we have Chris, we have Samia, we have Beryl. Okay, so we'll get to reach out to them. I don't know why they are very late, and they knew we're supposed to be doing this at this time. The same one to home automation, #1 solution for energy saving. Chris Moremi, I don't know if Chris is there. Okay, Chris is not there. Another one is Samuel Kioko, Nipe Wi-Fi. Sam Kioko, are you there? Okay, Kioko is not there. And we have Jicho Smart. Derek, I think.
Yes, I'm here, Kidinji. How are you?
Hello. Dr. Chege, I don't know if it's only me or the network has gone off.
I think we've lost Kidinji.
Then Derek will go ahead.
Yes, he should be joining again. I can see his link, I think, is gone down. So Derek Ngiki, are you there? Okay. Janati, I don't know, were you able to reach out to?
Well, his phone is not on right now, but I'll keep trying.
Okay.
And in case I'm successful, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Janati. Kithinji, are you there? Hello.
Hello, Dr. Amos.
Yes.
I think to save time, we have David go ahead and start the presentation.
You're right. Do you still have you? Maybe you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So I can begin the presentation.
Yes, you can start.
Okay, thank you. I'll be sharing my screen shortly. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Derek Gige, a mechanical engineering student from Kenyatta University, and I'm here to pitch up today for this startup that we started about 2 months ago, Digital Smart. So, with the current economy, with the population growing in Kenya and especially in urban areas and cities, we realize that traffic congestion is becoming quite a huge challenge despite the consistent efforts of our government to increase and to expand the road networks. Also, there is a lot of hassle when you come in looking in for traffic space, parking spaces around the CBD area or anywhere around the cities. So you find a lot of congestion caused in within the CBD is people who are trying to look for parking. Also, traffic crimes, and this is the crimes related to vehicles being stolen, vehicle being used to commit crime, is on the rise in the cities and around CBD. So you find that a lot of time is being wasted in traffic jams, and these times translates to almost 58.4 million daily, coming to close to 2 billion in terms of productivity. And on average, also, research shows that Nairobi is the fourth most difficult city to find parking space within the CBD. And another statistic is that crime index in Nairobi stands at 61%, way above the index, the safety index of 31 for urban areas such as Nairobi in Africa. So this is a huge challenge for our country and our cities, not only in Nairobi, but also this problem spreads across Mombasa, Nakuru, and Kisumu. So we decided to come up with this solution. We have already surveillance systems installed within our cities, and this is the government trying to align itself with the Sustainable Development Goal number 11 to create sustainable cities and communities within our country. So, however much we have surveillance cities, we find surveillance systems, CCTVs in our highways, CCTVs around the CBD installed. We are not making use of them to the maximum. So we are taking that infrastructure and incorporating it with Internet of Things and artificial intelligence in order to develop a multifaceted solution called Digital Smart. So Digital Smart is a whole system that have different applications in it. The first application is the traffic control system. And if I can shortly explain how this module works, you will have to select the application, of course, you're using, then select the city and the control point. So in case of I'll take a case study of the university way. We all know this area, and it is quite prone to traffic jams, especially during the the rush hours. So you find these places are already set up with cameras, and these cameras, they are, however, they just they just monitors the vehicle, nothing much, just monitoring. However, you find that instead of having a police officer at the roundabout, we could be using this data that we are these footages that we are collecting to actually control traffic. And you know what? You can even teach a system, depending on the traffic patterns, how to best control the traffic at different times, so that this happens automatically. Doesn't mean that we need to have a police officer on the ground or somebody at control centers at the IC3 department that is at Harambe House controlling traffic. So a system will learn continuously depending on how the traffic patterns are flowing, occur different days, different times of the month, master on how best to control traffic. And having this real-time footages of what is actually happening on the road will make this system enable you can now scale up to treating people. You know what, this road is has this is the current traffic condition. You can reroute through this route. Secondly, the second application is the smart parking management. And instead of having to go through looking at where the parking slots, having all cameras around Nairobi and CCTV monitoring different places, you can have actually the map which slots are empty. And when a driver is within a certain locality, you can text them parking number place is empty, and that will make finding parking easier in Nairobi. So reducing all the traffic on the traffic hassle created when people are looking for traffic and that like. So you just have to select the application, which is the smart parking management. Select the feed. Okay, the feed is actually the CCTV line. Then apply the application, and this is how it is going to map out the parking area. So once a driver is coming in, you get a notification parking number is empty. Then we are looking into vehicle tracking. Okay, you find that how they do vehicle tracking is actually if a case is reported, they now start tracking with footages, just looking at, okay, this vehicle is suspected to have passed through this point between this time and this time. Having a human do that is quite tedious, and you may miss quite key information. However, you can automatically upload that footage and let the system analyze itself. So it will give the time, the count of vehicles.
Are you still there?
Is the time it was seen. And actually, if this is implemented up across different points within the city, we can actually give
Eric, are you still there?
if the color of the vehicle is not matching the model which it was registered with, and also not matching the number plate, you see that is sustainable smart cities and communities. We are having much cars, we are having the population is increasing. However, we need a even by investors in the future, our governments, so that they know this area has this kind of traffic and that this is the best way to deal with it.
Derek, please try and log out, then log in back in again.
Business premises such as malls, which
Derek, please try and log out, then you log in again. I think we are losing you. Is it me or the rest of the judges? What do you think? Savio, are you there?
Yeah, we are actually losing him.
Yeah, I'm here. He's breaking a lot, so yeah, he can continue if he's okay. If not, he can just log out and log in again.
Okay. In the meantime, as he logs back in, the second team should get prepared to present. Let's just give him some time to log in. I can see Derek is back. Derek, please, you can proceed with your presentation if you're there.
Oh.
Hello, Derek, are you there? Derek?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. At what point did I drop out?
At vehicle tracking. Can you share your screen, please?
Yes. Okay.
Derek, please proceed.
Okay. I out at what point did I drop out?
You can start from when you're talking about the vehicle tracking.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So I believe that this slide, right? Okay. So our vehicle tracking, these. Okay, so Digital Smart on we are looking at how they do the footage review of vehicles currently is have to go through. They have to go through the footages that are there, and this is depending on the accuracy of the human eye. So with this tool, you just need to upload the video or the footage that you want to analyze, and then just click on process. So it will process if you're given a certain footage of vehicles heading in a certain direction. So for example, in this case, it was vehicles heading to Thika and Nairobi. it is able to do a complete analysis, the number plate, the color of the vehicles, and the model of the vehicles that passed through a particular point. So this you'll be able to, this will be a way of getting data in real time, and this will be analyzed into CSVs. So the data will be collected and stored as CSVs, which you can easily get into. So for example, if this system is applied on different CCTVs along the highway, we can do actually a complete tracking of vehicles. So if a certain vehicle is lost or is flagged, it can they can bring up all the occurrences. Where did this show up? Just by a click of a button, it showed up along that was at Hood. Another aspect is security. Security in this aspect, for example, does not match it was registered under a different model and a different color. So if that number plate is recognized, but the vehicle itself does not match what was registered with the number plate, it is flagged as it's flagged and reported to the necessary authorities such as NTSA. So we seek to develop sustainable cities and communities, and in this method we are looking how can we make our cities more easier for us to work in increasing security in our system. So we seek to have an effective traffic monitoring and control system where we have different junctions and traffic controls being monitored simultaneously. Secondly, we seek to add value to civilians operation. So we have the data that is being analyzed in real time. So it doesn't need somebody eyes to keep on checking where this vehicle heading, where are we getting this footage. You just have all that analyzed by the system. So all you need is to just do a query on the database. Pull me up occurrences where this vehicle was spotted. Pull the vehicle did not match registration details that are already in our system. Why was that number plate used? Was not that number plate activities within the country, and also having a efficient parking and vehicle management system. So in this case, people do not have.
Finish up. Your time is up. Just finish up.
Yes, thank you. If it is in a mall, you just have to enter the parking number and the parking space because they can control all that, and even in the cities. Our main competitor is Huawei, who have done a similar project, and their main aim was just controlling traffic, having lights, having cameras at the traffic roundabout so that they can control traffic. So somebody at the control center can see what is actually happening on the ground. Previously to what was there, where on traffic lights were only controlled by a time-based system. So the key differentiator with Huawei, our system is versatile, and with this it means we are looking into smart parking management, vehicle tracking, and vehicle traffic, and also traffic control management. Then it's affordable, quite easy to implement for government and other private stakeholders. It has big data analytics capabilities where we can check the vehicles which pass this point using that data actually to make informed decision on development, and also aimed at intelligence and automation. So our business model is we plan to license our software to the necessary parties, that is NTSA and the traffic and stakeholders, for example, private businesses such as big malls that may require this system. So, and also we can do the data sale, analyze data if anyone would need that data. We are done with the prototyping stage. We are headed to pilot implementation and system testing. Then in the second quarter of 2021, we'll be looking out to rolling out. So this is the team that is involved, and we are much grateful for this opportunity that you have given us to pitch our startup to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Derek, for such a good presentation. For the subsequent presenters, we ask that you stick to the slated time. And Charles, one of our members one of our officials, will be our timekeeper. So please keep checking on the time. Now, back to the panelists, the judges. Anyone with a question to the presenter? Savio?
Thank you, Daktari, and also thank you, Derek, for the presentation. I have tons of questions, but I'll try and minimize them. So, Derek, can you hear me? Derek?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have some questions. So
Okay.
I'll start with the traffic one. So what you're offering in terms of the traffic control and guys or citizens checking whether the traffic is there or not, how different is it from what Google offers? Or are you using the Google API?
No, we are not using the Google API. We are using the data collected from traffic, the civil CCTVs and the highways. So what is different from what Google offers? You find that Google is dependent on the traffic, the numbers of vehicles at a particular point, and you all know that process. However, we're looking to offer this in terms of how real is it, and that in real time, getting that data in real time, seeing the actual traffic condition at the road. So hope I've answered that question.
No, okay, you have answered, which is okay, which brings me to the next question is, the reason, okay, Google basically uses not the number of cars that are at a particular place, it's basically the number of devices at a particular place.
Yes.
But okay,
yes,
the advantageous part of that is economical, because how many cameras do you intend to install, for example, in Nairobi? How many cameras can you install in Nairobi? And according to the cameras that you're talking about, these are high-end cameras. These are very damn expensive cameras. So how many can you install? Are you willing to install cameras on Kenyatta Avenue, Moi Avenue, all there? So if yes, how economical do you think it can be? So if yes, because according to me, the cameras are good, but I have some questions in terms of the capability that you're talking here about the cameras. One is, you'll tell me about the cost. How many do you intend to install? Because you need a lot of cameras to do that, which is okay.
Yes.
The other thing is, in terms also within the camera, about the camera is, you are talking about the camera being able to detect the model. So the model on the vehicle and also the number plate. So question one, how do you plan to make sure that the cameras can capture the model of the vehicle? That is question one. The question two is, do you know why, as per now, yet it's very hard to capture the number plate of the vehicles in Kenya? It's because the type of number plate that were passed a long time ago, which they are trying to change, it's very hard to come up with a camera which can detect that number plate, depending on how it's written. So maybe you can explain to me on how do you intend to capture the model of the vehicle using those cameras, and two, how do you intend to detect the number plate of the cameras using the cameras that you are talking about?
Okay, so on the first question, we don't intend to install cameras. We have cameras already installed in we have cameras already installed along different points on our city, right?
Yes.
So using this footage, and we have had some sample footage from the IC3 operation director at Harambe House. You find that this data is according to the major places where it is placed, and this is very useful. For example, along the Uhuru Highway, there are several of them. We are able to use the already existing infrastructure, and that is the main aim: using the already existing infrastructure rather than bringing in more infrastructure, right? Then, concerning the model,
go ahead.
Concerning the model and number plate recognition, already the cameras that are being used, they are able to capture a clear capture. They are able to capture a clear frame of the vehicle, which is something we already have as samples. But now the biggest challenge is training on the model to detect the exact type of model, the training bits. So for example, right now we are doing wide categories of data capture, and that is including ranging from trucks, cars, vans, pickup trucks, such. So not specializing like cars, not specializing down to the detail of a Pro Box, maybe an NZD and such and such.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. And maybe finally is you're talking about the big data capability. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
have you started anything on the big data? Because I know those cameras, they generate a lot of data per day, and
Yeah.
the data is what you need to analyze all those things.
Yes.
So have you already started anything to do with big data? And if you have started, which platform are you using in regards to big data?
Okay. To answer on that, big data is as we require to collect data and continuously over time, so that we can now get to the point of what can we actually derive from this. So once implemented and the data that is coming in from the systems, now we look into analyzing that down to detail. So we are yet to start, and the reason is because we have been using video samples, and from the video samples, we are not able to get a lot of data that can make actually meaningful analysis from them. Yes.
And my last question is,
Yes.
do you understand about the data privacy in Kenya?
Yeah.
So how are you
It's very
planning
tough.
how are you planning to make sure that you abide towards the data privacy in Kenya? One, because you are using third-party data, and two, do you think that the third party are willing to give you that information, which is very sensitive? So what are you planning to make sure that the data you are receiving is secure, and also you are also abiding towards the data privacy in Kenya?
So with the sectors involved for the traffic department, they are strict on having their data only, using that data only for analysis and getting back to them the data. But on data that you're looking, for example, numbers of vehicles, generalized data and unlabeled data, maybe vehicles that passed at a particular point, not necessarily to which vehicles did fast. So we are looking at broad data, which they have no problem issuing them out, only if it is broad data, looking at broad statistics. How many vehicles do we have at this point per hour? Not down to the details of what a vehicle, which is a major challenge, especially with, as you have mentioned, with the data security regulations, and also activists around the country, which have been very not welcoming to such technologies.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Savio, for the questions. Any other judge with any questions? It's the floor is open. One or two questions to.
Yes, my name is Esther Mushiri.
Thank you, Esther.
Thank you very much, Derek, for your presentation, which was very good and comprehensive. I probably missed out on your mention about the business model. Considering that you're going to run your business using other people's infrastructure, one, how do you plan to partner with them? And secondly, as a startup, which I would imagine you're looking at yourself growing and scaling, how are you planning to get money out of this? I probably missed that, and you said it. If you could kindly repeat.
Okay. So on our business model, we have two big the B2B business and B2C business model. And what will drive the startup at first is mainly the B2C, because see, we are looking into having a software that is analyzing your data according to your business model. What do you want to get from your data? And then the second model is when you're dealing with now institutions and parastatals such as the NTSA and the traffic police and the defense Department of Defense. So with that, we look into licensing them to use this software and having the licenses, which is quite a long process, and which I would agree and concur with you. Getting data from them was quite also a challenge. However, they are ready to embrace this technology because they realize to fulfill some of their constitutional mandate, they need such technologies implemented. On the business B2C, that is quite easy because the system is customized to what you want. For example, for malls, it will be customized for maybe a smart parking system where once the user is once a parking is detected from the control center, they know this particular spot is empty, and once you come in, you're directed to that point. Also for airports and such places. For customers, for maybe business premises, you want to see flow of people, how many people came in, how many people came out. That data, without the system will analyze and count the number of people coming in and out by itself. So getting and licensing the softwares to them.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay.
And the final question from me would, you are now at the phase of piloting, or have you already done a pilot?
We are now in the phase of piloting, which will be piloting at Kenyatta University.
Okay. I would recommend that you also explore piloting in a public space like a mall, because that is what would actually prove that this is a viable business. And I speak that out of experience of a similar solution that was looking at security, and
Yes.
the team hit a wall because they didn't realize that there was so much bureaucracy and things that they needed to have achieved to be able to be accepted as a solution. So
Sure.
in your pilot, please move beyond KU into a public spot and see how easy or hard it is to penetrate the market. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther. Janati, do you have anything for the presenter?
Yes, I have a question for Derek. Your presentation was really good. I liked it, but I have one question for you. And it seems to me that you're going to be doing a lot of things and you need to partner with some people. But I didn't hear you mention who exactly you're going to be partnering with in terms of like the network companies in Kenya to ensure that you'll be operating smoothly, because I heard you mention that you have to send a text message to the driver and that will alert them. So which company are you going to be partnering with? And in any case, you've identified one, have you talked to them already? You might need to look into that at a very early stage.
Okay, so considering that right now, or the challenge that I may mention is, and also what Esther has hinted, it's about the bureaucracy of getting the data. So currently at these stages, we are doing negotiations with the owners of the data. So for example, if the owners of the infrastructure, and this is mainly the traffic police and also the NTSA. So before we get that stage, we are looking into having that first before we can proceed. That is for the big model, where we want to, for the big model of the citizen, B2B models. Yes, so we're here to there. We are actually looking at the procedures of actually going through the process of how to get this access and the SOP for how to operate with this data at first.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Derek, for your presentation. And thank you, judges. I have only one question for Derek, and it's about accuracy. What accuracy levels are you operating with in your model? And also, how many data, what was the size of your data sets that you used while training your model? Maybe as you respond to that, Elijah from Afex, you could get ready to start, and Charles, maybe you can follow up with the time. Derek?
Okay, that's a very good question. And on the accuracy actually we have identified two variables that affect the accuracy. That is the angle of the camera and also the quality of the footage. So for good quality footage and good angle of the camera, how you're actually doing the capturing, we're getting 97% accuracy on the models, the broad models of vehicle detection, and also a 96 accuracy of transcripting the detected number plates. However, for some angles and quality, we got a result as low as 40%, which is not good. And some cases, some very, very few cases, we are looking in at 29%. However, for the training set, we used quite a big training set, and this is ranging from vehicles and actually vehicles and in traffic flow. So we are looking for footages spanning to over 8-10 hours of training as our data sets. And this footage was different angles of cameras and also different qualities, spanning from different qualities. And also you are looking into which types of cameras. So we have that. So to depend what would work best on our case. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Derek. And judges, maybe you could note down there's an issue with the link we are trying to sort out for the feedback. In the meantime, let's have Elijah from Afex. Afex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, he can hear you. You can share your screen.
Let me share my screen.
So Afex, you'll have 5 minutes for presentation. Please look at time.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Elijah, we can hear you, but you're breaking.
Can you?
Not yet.
Abigail. Elijah, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. You can see my.
So maybe
could we another presenter?
Dr. Amos?
Yes, please.
This is Kitinji. Just kind of dropped, but I'm now back. So maybe we can just go to the next presenter as Elijah fixes that. I don't know, because I understand Mukisa has not joined, and also Nipe Wi-Fi have not joined. I don't know if Campus Hub have joined. Maybe they can do theirs.
Campus Hub is here.
Let's have Campus.
All
Campus
right.
Hub.
Yes, Campus Hub is here.
Yes, Dr. Shege, we can have Campus Hub as we wait for Elijah to fix that issue.
Let's have Campus Hub.
Okay, perfect.
Dr. Chege, just a second. I'm seeing Mukisa was trying to say something. Joshua Mukisa.
Okay. Okay. So we can have then Campus Hub and then Joshua Mukisa, and then we have the final one with Affect. So Eric, Muridi.
Yes, here I am. Hello, panelists. I hope you're all doing well today.
Hello.
My name is Eric Moretti, and one of the co-founders of Campus Hub. I would want to kindly share my presentation now. So we will, as a team, because we're a team of 3, we'll be sharing, we'll be splitting the presentation into 2. So I don't know whether you guys can see my screen. 1 second. Seems like
yes, we can. Just go to slideshow.
Let me put it on full screen and slideshow already. So yes, so my name is Eric Moretti, and I'm one of the co-founders of Campus Hub. And to begin with, the first slides, my partner Stephen Okoth will take us through it. Then I will finish off the presentation. So Steve, if you can hear me, kindly just say something.
I'm here. Can you all hear me?
Awesome.
Can you all hear me?
Is he being well received?
He's clear, but he can.
You can add volume. So Steve, kindly raise your voice a bit, and we can go.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, my name is Steven Guta. If at all, like you can all, if that's a better volume.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, it's better. We can hear you.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna take on the first slide that simply explains who we are as Campus Hub and what led to us becoming a company and addressing the needs and the gap that we deem existent. Basically, if and as like being campus students and probably like having gone through campus, our experience has always been like where you find it that like you have a bit of time like going through campus, and sometimes like time that at some point you wish were utilized somewhere. And of course, like as you run through campus, your worry becomes the fact that like at some point you're gonna finish, like you're gonna graduate, and as you graduate you will actually like need to get a job. But like as you look for a job, you find it that like the one thing that actually happens is there is a requirement of 3 to 5 years like experience that like the employers put on you as one of the requirements as you apply like for the job. And that's what we actually like looking to probably like address, such that like we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by probably like having second year students to 4th year students engage in a program that sort of like prepares them for that, so that as you go through school, you graduate. Upon graduation, you're graduating with the 2 years of experience with your that which certifies you upon graduation, so that like you don't waste time like getting to tarmac and looking for the 2 years, while the reality is you must get a job to actually get the 2 years. One of the ways by which like we intend to actually like ladder this up is by using the bridge of training, where then like we use practitioners, like seasoned practitioners from within the various fields. Let's say like you're an IT person, an IT student in your second year, And what happens is then you get to actually, like, you know, be trained, a pool of you, by like the practitioner who will not only, like, you know, give you what you guys have been getting from class, but pouring upon you the reality that's out in the field and within the corporate working space, you get. And this is the one thing that actually, like, you know, the gap in itself, if I may actually, like, you know, slightly digress, is the one thing that necessitates on the job training that costs companies lots of money to bridge up what the universities left as a deficit. So and that's what, like, you know, we are trying to actually do to then link up the need that the various organizations have that has to do with the employability, and that which, like, you know, probably universities might not, granted, like, you know, their scheduling of things, lecturers may not have the time to do from within classrooms. So as pairing these people, be it an accounting student, be it an IT student, a student who's doing marketing, or, like, you know, anything to do with branding and anything else, they can actually, like, you know, start practicing from as early, beyond just training and certification that comes from us, that certifies you as an accomplished campus hub trainee within the 2 years. Once you are done with the training, we get to actually, like, you know, do something that basically, like, you know, gives you a taste of what's out there in the cold and beautiful world of employment, where we by using, like, you know, the outsourcing appetite of the various companies, be they startups or already established companies, we actually, like, you know, secure contracts with these companies that probably, like, you know, are looking for like, you know, a company that can affordably and at a below market rate, like, you know, sort of like develop for them a website, a mobile application, or do advertisement for them, or do an online campaign for them. And even on that, like, you know, we are the social media plugs, the influencers, like, you know, the university campus going edge is the edge that actually, like, you know, can actually, that drives the social media engine. So I'm looking at a situation whereby we secure these contracts, and we then, like, you know, having trained these students with regards to, like, you know, the corporate ethics and how to actually submit reports and how to actually package their work so that, like, you know, it can actually be admissible from within the corporate space. We act as the conduit via which these companies can access the very, can access, like, you know, the things doable by students. So let's say, like, you know, a student A is capable of creating a website, or is capable of, like, you know, doing some social media advertisement campaign or whatever it is, then we secure that contract. Then we sublet and subcontract the student to actually, like, you know, then get to actually, like, sort of then get to complete the task. And when that is actually done, then we get to then we get to, when that is done, then when they submit it back to us, then we submit it back to the organization, which of course, like, you know, now if admissible, then pays. After the payment, then we take our cut, which is like a minimal percentage, and then they actually, like, you know, get paid their share, you get. So on to the next slide, of which then has to do with, like, our mission and vision. Ours is to create a better human capital, and then the vision being to be a brand by and for university students, inspiring professionalism and from the early stages of social strata, basically what our mission means would be self-explanatory. The world needs a better human capital, like, you know, moral preparedness, such that, like, you know, when someone graduates from campus, then he's a ready product, best enough to actually fit from within, like, you know, fit into any plug-in spot that's actually ready for them out there. Such that, like, you know, then we're talking of productivity and all that. The beautiful thing about, like, you know, our idea is that, like, one doesn't have to actually, like, you know, be present at the organization's, like, you know, physical space. A student can actually accomplish this stuff, like, you know, from wherever they are at. which of course, like, you know, which of course is our future, of which we may actually call the virtual employment thing. And of course, like, you know, this is us introducing the campus student to a future that should be and a future that will be, even at an early stage as this. So one thing I probably, like, you know, forgot to mention is that, like, this is an application, and an application that's actually, like, you know, Eric will actually mention where we are at with the development stage. Then I'll move on to the next slide, which of course, like, you know, details our executive summary, and of course, like, you know, just says what our
Eric.
business plan like.
Yes, can you hear me?
I don't know if I'm the only one. I can't see those slides. You're saying you're going to the next slide.
Oh, you can see the slides. Are you serious?
I can't see them.
Oh.
I can't see them. I can't
sorry,
see them.
Eric could be rolling them.
No.
We can see your slides.
You can see the slides. Wow. Let me stop sharing and share again. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry about that.
And then Eric, if you can move with me as I do the slides, like from
yes.
one, I'm on slide.
Could you tell me whether you're seeing the slides now? Kindly, our host.
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we
okay,
can.
So this was our mission and vision. Maybe you can just see it briefly, in case you missed this out, because this is slide number 2. And now we are currently on our executive summary. So Stephen, kindly take on from here.
All right. So the business plan will show basically like how we intend to like how this app actually intends to, like, you know, sort of like just begin its operation, which of course, like, you know, you will get content of as we move down. Eric, you could if you could, like, you know, move me to the next slide. Yes. So so basically, like, you know, our products and services, and that is, like, you know, by translation is what we do and, like, you know, what value we intend to put out there. So basically, like, you know, we do digital training, and like when we do training, we do more of, like, you know, it's more of, like, you know, the kind of training that someone might not actually, like, you know, get from within the university quarters. And that has to do with, like, we may actually, like, even you know, like, people can go through university without even, like, knowing how to do a proper CV. People might go through university without having taken an aptitude test, and the very first time, like, you know, they're meeting that is when they are applying for a job, and there's one online that has to do with how they can actually, like, you know, that requires them to do the same. And people might actually, like, you know, go through university without probably, like, you know, learning to actually understand what the corporate space is about, and also understanding, like, you know, how the corporate expectations, like, you know, what the corporate expectations look like. The next thing that we actually, like, you know, do, I've already mentioned the aptitude tests and handling contracts, which of course, like, you know, we are the mediators between the students and the corporate world, and granted their needs, like, you know, a student needs experience, and not just experience, but also needs money. You get, like, probably, like, you know, for upkeep, and of course, like, you know, we all don't come from the same background from within the campus space.
In the interest of time,
yeah.
interest of time, I would really want to ask you 2 quick questions and then open up to the other judges to ask questions, because I think exhausted.
Okay.
I need to know 2 things from you. One, your scope. What is your scope? Tell us about your scope, and are you going to handle all the areas of study? Because you're mentioning soft skills and hard skills both together. Thank you.
Can I, no, Stephen, can I answer that question?
Go right ahead, sir.
So basically, the whole platform is, first and foremost, this will be done digitally. Yeah. So basically what we're trying to do, apart from areas of medicine and law, because those have their own strict curriculum as to how they should engage into the job market. So we were trying to target certain sectors such as the School of Businesses. We're trying to target School of IT. We're trying to target School of Humanities and School of the residing schools such as journalism, and that will take place within them. So basically what we're trying to do is we're giving them trainings such as CV writing, proposal writing, contract writing, and the like. And then we are trying to target them with practitioners or people who are already in the industry, who are already taking place in the workplace, and literally allow them to meet and have and give insight onto what happens in the job market. So basically we'll be having lecturers also take part in this. And we have spoken to a few lecturers from both the University of USIU and DASTA, and they are totally willing to actually help students transition.
Eric, so which gap are you trying to fill?
So the gap we're trying to fill is, for instance, right now, the issue is that when a student graduates, right, most companies are complaining that this student does not have enough experience or does not even know how to do a basic proposal or even basic letter writing. So we're trying to gain that gap from second year of the university, right? So that by the time they're finishing and graduating, they already have experience, because most students hit a gap. Basically, when they are finishing, they're going to the job market and they're told that they need about two to 3 years experience, and the student wonders, oh, where am I supposed to get this? So basically, we're creating a platform where, first and foremost, employers spend a lot of money on trainings, and it's very time costly. So we are trying to provide staff at a lower cost, first and foremost, to both either startups, to SMEs, to medium and large corporations. So this is the gap we're trying to fill to ensure that, one, there's under the UN SDG goal of UN SDG goal 8, which is talking about employment. That is the gap we're trying to fill, especially now because of Corona and the like. A lot of people have actually lost their jobs. And if we continued with the slide, we would have actually covered some of the issues and topics that bring value to this, because we do not have so many slides. So unless you would like to actually see, and we'll be able to further understand what we're trying to put out.
Let's have Savio maybe asking a question, then followed by Esther and Akimera.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Eric. I just have 3 questions.
Yes.
One is, what you are building, is it a platform or is it a program?
So basically what we're building is a digital web app, right?
Okay. So
where students can be able
No, it's okay.
to,
I get it, Eric. So it's a digital web app. So who is going to be doing all those processes that you indicated there? Who is going to recruit these guys, check whether they have learned, give marks or do those things? So is it a bot or is it guys?
So let me show you what I would like. This is basically going to be our structure. Yes?
No, Eric. I just want you to explain it to me, because I know you don't have a lot of time.
Okay,
so is it a person who is going to be doing all these processes, or is it an automated platform?
It's going to be automated in that this is how it's going to take place. Once a student registers, once a student registers, they will be able to see a curriculum, right? This curriculum will be already set on the website for them. Either if it's an IT student, they'll be told you need certain skills in UI, UX, or even in machine learning or something of the sort. And then the trainings will be happening within a 6-week cohort. Basically, meaning each week has its own topics. And where now the practitioner comes in is, for instance, on a Saturday. So the student will be self-learning at first, and then whenever they have challenges or issues, hello, somebody is having feedback in the in the, I don't know whether I, sorry about that.
And if you're not doing a presentation, please mute your microphone so that it can be clear enough. Please proceed, Eric.
So saying that the curriculum is first set on the website. So we're having it in a cohort of 6 weeks. So the first week will basically mean that you're given a set sum of topics. Then on a Saturday, where like the practitioner can come in and have live contact with the students to ensure that they have enough competence to carry on, and a small test that will take place either also set on the website, right? So this will mean
Eric,
that yes.
Yeah, I had already gotten that the whole process. So okay, you already answered the second question, which you said you are going to automate these tasks. Maybe later on you can, when you are presenting next time, you can even state that, and also tell us whether you need to do, how will you be doing your scores. But it's okay, I already got the answer. And then the last one is you didn't tell us how you're going to make money, and you can connect, you can just take not more than 1 minute because you have other judges. The other one is how unique, what is your unique edge, what will make other people not replicate your product, because it just convinced me that in less than a minute.
Okay, so basically our revenue stream is going to be this. So we will be charging students first and foremost 500 shillings to join the program, so they can meet also ready, seasoned industry leaders and heads and people who are already in the market. So basically, they'll be charging to interact with this employed and even key leaders in our market, in our society, or in Kenya, for instance. So basically, what we'll be doing and how Campus Hub will be making money is through the training fees for students, and secondly, through outsourcing the students now to the workplace, meaning that once they go through the training, once they meet up with the practitioner, then after those trainings after 6 weeks of training, right? The main niche for us is to try reduce the time that trainings take in Kenya. For instance, I'll give a case study of a firm called IEEE. They usually train their staff for about 3 to 5 months. So effectively, we are trying to reduce our what do you call it, the time it takes to train a student, and we're also trying to reduce the cost on the business for hiring new staff, and essentially allowing the student to gain experience at the same time, and they will be able to at least earn something small, because we are trying to, basically, this is our business model canvas, and I hope you can be able to, I think this will give you a general overview and allow you to ask questions based on this, because this is basically how we'll be working with.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope you can be able to see my business model.
Please, let's have Esther, please, kindly.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric and team, for your presentation. I have one question. So have you already piloted this, or it's still an idea?
So basically, we are on the phase of making the web app, and that's where we wanted rather help in financing, because we have already put about 50,000 Kenyan shillings into the creation of the web app, which will deal with trainings, which will link students with people in the industry, and yes.
So do you have the content developed and prepared?
Yes, so basically the content is now we'll be having program developers as seen in our
not this. Do you have content when a student signs up and they have to go through your 1 week training before they meet a practitioner? Do you have that content that they will be training in already?
So the content now is, again, because we also want to be partnering with universities, we'll be partnering with lecturers to be able to create that content now. So then they can be able to access it digitally.
Okay, so my last question is, I am assuming all of you are ongoing students right now?
Yes, we're all university students.
Okay, so how do you plan to balance this with your academics? And once you graduate, what's the continuity plan? Because this is something that you're planning to do within the universities.
So yes, so once, okay, about, sorry, could you just repeat that question, the last bit?
Currently, your students that are ongoing, and
yes.
it sounds like there's still a lot of work to be done. You need support to develop the web app, and then you want to partner with current lecturers to help you develop the content. You have your schoolwork that you're working on, and
Yes.
God willing, you shall be graduating and getting into the workplace. What's your continuity plan? What guarantees that this will actually take off after you guys have left university? It still sounds very
yes.
raw to me.
Okay, so basically, how I'll put this is with balancing studies and being able to how should I say, gain work experience. There are many university students who try to take up part-time work, and of course, yes, it's very demanding. But here is the catch on this. So if you can access it digitally, right, and within a span of a week, you're given certain topics for you to cover. It's not that there's a lecturer that's going to be teaching them. It's going to be more of you taking initiative as a student to learn within that 1 week. You get to meet now the practitioner, whereby the student will be able to like send questions on whatever questions they have on any issues they have during that week. So it's more of them self-learning, because this is going to be targeted for your own like major. For instance, like I am an IT major, and my needs would be simply to learn UX, UI, or even Android or furthermore. So it's basically re-establishing what that is and what the technology is in the industry. For instance, let's say if you're to go to a phone.
I get it because of time. Sorry, I'm getting you.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay.
Go on, Doc. Okay. I'm done with the questions.
Maybe Nakimera has a question.
Yes, thank you very much, Eric, for the presentation. I have a question about how are you going to ensure that you convince the different stakeholders to embrace your hub and market it amongst their peers, like the lecturers? Because at the various universities, there is internship training provided, and students go for internship training and they interface with various organizations outside of the campus, and they get to acquire some of these skills at the organization. So is there something different that the hub is going to provide to ensure that your solution to addressing this gap is appreciated?
So basically the solution is going to be a digital one. Having that, yes, we as a USIU student, I can give an example where we have fairs for career, and yes, different companies come in and they get to interact. But now here's the catch: a student they usually have about 24 hours they spend with somebody who is already working, or let's say with finance, if they're interested in joining like PwC, they get to interact with them. There's very few words, and basically our program is trying to establish, first and foremost, that they gain experience early on. And secondly, it's adding value addition because they can be able to work, because a key partner is the university. And this is something that I also talk to USIU Career, because as much as, and this is also a trend that takes place, we see that university students, when they're the fourth year, that's when they go rush into the career office. So then be like, oh yeah, I'm looking for an internship. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get into so-and-so. Could you refer me to this company or institution. So basically what we're trying to do is ensure that students start at an early age. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that the panelists have their own businesses and the like, and we're seeing a quality break, and that's what we're trying to fix. And we're trying to partner with now the universities in association with them. So our yes.
Eric, in the interest of time, I think because we still have 4 other presenters who need to do their presentation. We're really grateful for your presentation. I'll just advise 2 major things. First, check on your scope, and maybe the specific area that you really want to focus could be educational, content development, and communication, because content development is an issue. And at the end of the day, you'll need to focus your attention on something that is achievable, especially within the timelines of your academic life and also the specific goal that you need to achieve. So the interest of scope is really a big concern there, but a great idea you have. So thank you so much for your presentation. At this time, I want to bring on board Afex. Yeah, Afex, are you there? Afex? Do you have Elijah there or anybody in that team? We hope you've sorted out your connectivity issues. Please take the stage. You have 5 minutes to do that. Yeah, 5 minutes. In the meantime, the judges, we can be filling the forms. Afex, are you ready? Or we could to Heritage?
Yes, this is Inside Heritage, Joshua Mukisa.
Let's have Heritage. Afex, you could wait for a while. You have 5 minutes, Mukisa. Please share your screen.
All right. Yes, so this is Inside Heritage. Just a brief precursor about this. It's just it's a group of companies that I started in 2016. I have a background of aeronautical engineering and piloting. So I had the love about this aviation. I started it in 2016. I established it in 2020, but I had projects that I was undertaking in 2016 in Uganda. Among those are some of the projects as drone projects, which I managed to undertake, and I implemented some here in Kenya and also in Uganda. Yes, this was all championed about the socio-economic prosperity and low income of the people via giving them economic opportunities and good health, skill and capacity building tools. In this way, we used to come into the society and try to teach the students out there on the different ways of innovations. That is said, this is the solution of Inside Heritage, what it has been doing in East Africa. For starters, me as the proprietor, I started by inventing a drone that could help to chase away birds from the airport. We were having a problem with birds causing bird strikes, and aircraft would lose all the engines and lead to catastrophic failures. So I built one of the drone from scratch, and then I put in systems that could help disrupt away birds from around the airport vicinity. And so I had a talk with Kenya Aviation Authority. They tested it and it was working. So we had just a simple project with them. So from that innovation that I did, this is where I got the whole impact of putting up the Insight Heritage Group. So Insight Heritage, we don't only look at that solution which I had the solution of chasing away birds from the airport to prevent those accidents. We are looking at different services that we are providing. Just a brief about us, our history. We are born out of we're providing service to the poor both. It's our core business model. Our main motivation was the heritage of our land, and as well as you know, our heritage of our land here in East Africa is basically farming. The name Insight was derived from the love of our land and the well-being of the people. Heritage, we do it for the love of our land and the people. The Insight, every day we look at new things at a different perspective in our society, the problems that our fellow people are undergoing, and we come up with technology solutions that come and circumvent all these society problems. Yes, and our philosophies is transforming lives, giving purpose, expanding opportunities for the for wealth creation and saving lives. Also connecting people at the bottom of the pyramid with opportunities, capacity tools, medical care, and services for social and economic development. Our mission to provide the best technological solutions to all the sectors of the economy that define our heritage. Then our vision to bring technology closer to you. Our norms and values, it's efficiency, client focus, innovation, and convenience. So we boost a human resource that carries the DNA of our heritage, a belief that we can all do something for East Africa through our innovations in making it a better place to live. So these are our services that we are venturing in. We are venturing into agriculture and farming, aerial mapping and photogrammetry, inspections and survey, freight and supply chain logistics, emergency responses, conservation, security, and UAV consultancy. All these services we are offering them using our technology, and that is mainly the drones. Just to take you through, like say for example, agriculture and farming. We use our drones for spraying, pesticides, irrigation. We also use them for you as a farmer to know how much water does how much water is in the soil, like how do your plants get enough water, and then you can easily tell even is photosynthesis happening at what rate, and are fertilizers lacking in your soil. And you can also tell when pests are about to attack your crops. So we are currently working with the East African agriculture sector, helping clients to monitor crop health, perform crop spraying, do precision agriculture, irrigating, fumigation, livestock monitoring and inventory. You don't have to follow your cows like normally how you see herds have to follow cows. We can use our drone to monitor where your cows are. So for example, you see these big farmers who have vast land, say 2 square miles, so they make paddocks. So if they put you like it's say in paddock A, they'll put around cows. So
now your time, you're running out of time, please.
Okay. Yes, that is about agriculture, and then so agriculture, we're looking at livestock monitoring, crop health monitoring, scouting, irrigation, soil field analysis, seed planting, crop mapping. Yes.
Okay. I want to thank you for your presentation. Welcome the judges. Whoever has a question to the Heritage Group.
Okay. Okay, for me, I don't know whether I'm the one who's lost. Yeah. I'm not sure whether you are presenting the company or the startup. So
this
So is it, what were you presenting? Is it the company or the startup or the innovation?
This is a startup, but I registered it as a company. I took a step further. I registered it as a company with the innovations I've undertaken and built myself.
Yeah. So, okay. My own opinion, my own honest opinion is when you are presenting, if you're given a chance to present like 5 minutes, you don't need to explain about what is the company is all about, because you see, like now 5 minutes have elapsed when you haven't even told us about the most important things. So my own opinion is maybe next time, I don't know when, maybe Dakari will tell. Don't spend a lot of time explaining about the company, because that's not we are not even interested in that. We're interested about what you're offering. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Savio. Esther?
Like Savio, I was not also sure what the presentation was. I was waiting to see an innovation, an idea, but it sounded like a company profile that we have gone through, which is great. And I'm happy that he has done quite a lot of work. Congratulations, Joshua. But to me, it didn't come out what it is that we were to judge and to see where you need support or to grow. So I think you've kind of wasted a bit of your time in giving us a background and did not narrow down on a particular innovation that is what we were looking for.
Nakimera, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Joshua, for your presentation. I do think that there was some confusion along the way. I think that you're doing a lot of work, which is really good. But I would like you to get, for example, all these services that you're offering, if you could pick one or two that you can grow, and maybe that could be something. I was expecting you to present something like that, like if you had selected maybe agriculture or area mapping, and you talk about how you're doing it or the work that you're doing in that area, that would really bring out the concepts. But it didn't come out clearly in your presentation, because there seems to be a lot of work that you're doing, which is good, but the focus isn't really there.
Thank you, Nakimera. And in response to what the judges have highlighted, I would have expected that you did maybe some PowerPoint presentations or something, because this is just a profile you're flipping through a PDF document, I guess, which you've done really great work. I wish you had zeroed down to one of the work that you've been doing and showcase how you've done it and the output that you've gotten from your work. So you're doing a lot of work, which is good. You've taken us through a very great profile. But next time, when you're called for such, please just show us one work. Thank you so much for the presentation. Any reaction? Maybe for a minute?
Yes, I had a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was trying to take you through of what I had done, one of the projects that I had undertaken with one of the organizations around, so that I could come to the services that I was intending to offer, where I was coming to ask you for the help, which I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Joshua, we had given you 5 minutes, and I think you should have done some good work, justice to yourself, by utilizing the entire time. Because we have 2 other presentations to go, and we are almost at the end of our time. Please allow us to allow the other presenters to do this, their part. Thank you so much for your presentation. Let's have fuel monitoring. Do we have any member from this team? Fuel monitoring. Fika Wi-Fi. Do you have anyone from Fika Wi-Fi? Okay, let's go back again to Alex. Alex, are you ready?
Hello.
Yes, Kidinji.
this is Kitinji. I think we have Samuel Kioko from Ipe Wi-Fi. I don't know if he's there.
Kyoko, are you there?
Samuel Kioko, I think you can share your presentation if you have it, and then I can check with the rest. Now we'll be left with the three. That is affects fuel monitoring and home automation.
All right, thank you. So Samuel Kyoko, are you ready?
Yeah, yes, I'm ready.
It's 8:45. You have 5 minutes to do your presentation, starting now.
My name is Samuel Kyoko. I have a business that is located in Mariakani, Kilifi County. It's about, I instead of someone buying bundles, I do sell them like in terms of Wi-Fi bundles. So whereby I have quite affordable package that most common people can afford. So like, if you have 10 shillings, you'll get approximately around 350 MB. If you have 20, you'll get 650 MB. And if you have 30 bob, you'll get 1 GB. 50 bob equals 2 GB. So Nipe Wi-Fi basically is a business where it caters for the local mwananchi, someone who cannot afford to buy bundles, but is really in need of them. Let's say like is a student and he wants to research about a certain thing. And as we know currently, like bundles prices in Kenya are quite high. So I came up with the idea of the business whereby I can offer Wi-Fi connection at a very affordable rate to all the common mwananchi. Currently, we are located in Mariakani, whereby we have different hotspot location that is serving within Mariakani. And now Nipe Wi-Fi works, it's very simple. You just go to a nearby hotspot, you switch on your settings, you go to phone settings, and then you go to Wi-Fi, whereby you will see Nipe Wi-Fi. After you connect, there'll be a pop-up whereby you'll be prompted to input your voucher code depending on the amount that you have bought. And then we have two types of business, as in categories. There's also the home package, whereby we do install in people houses, whereby speed of 5 to 7 Mbps every month, we charge around 2K. And then there's a speed of 7 to 10 Mbps, whereby we charge 3,500 every month. So that's Nipe Wi-Fi, basically.
Thank you, Samuel. Let's have reactions from the panelists. Savio?
Okay, thank you, Samuel. So is your product the same as Mawingu?
Yeah, it's the same as Mawingu, but mine, they are quite different because they are quite affordable.
Okay, so but the technology is all the same, eh?
Yeah, the technology is all the same.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know how Mawingu works, which is very good. I'm not sure. I know if Mawingu is not in Mariakani and in Mombasa, I guess that's a very good model. I know like Mawingu got, is it 100 million from Microsoft? So, which means it's a viable product. Maybe you can just look on how it's going to work well on at Mariakani. But basically, maybe one question would be, how do you manage, how do you track your usage? Because if you can be able to track your usage and even maybe collect some unstructured data, like for example, places that people visit and such things, you can be able to get some more income. But basically, in a nutshell, maybe you can tell me what is the how much percentage do you make per package? Like for example, if I'm in a package for 30 shillings, how much do you make?
So in terms of profit.
Yes.
So 30 shillings, I do make around 15 shillings. That is, let's say, like half the price.
So you make 50% profit, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's it for me. And again, how much does it cost to install one Wi-Fi Wi-Fi center, like post for Wi-Fi? One Wi-Fi point. How much does it take?
25,000.
And how many people can it host at a go?
Around 250. One access point. Because I'm using the SC Mesh Pro. It's a unified product.
And you're sure it's 25,000?
250.
Oh, yeah, I thought you're saying 25,000. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let's have, okay.
So, and the last one is, how much does it take according to, do you have any? Have you set up any?
Yeah, currently I have around 13 hotspots location.
So how long does it take for you to recover your money?
It will take around 3 months for me to recover.
And how many clients do you have as per now?
As per now, per day, roughly it's around 120. Let's say 100 to 120.
And the average cost is, how much does an average person cost or lose?
Mostly 20 bob to 30 shillings.
Per day, eh?
Yeah, per day.
So you make 15 shillings. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. I like the simplicity of your presentation and the clarity.
Okay.
One question that I would ask is, are you looking at scaling that solution? Because if it is working in Mariakani, I am looking at so many other locations in Kenya that would be would need such a service. So what's your plan for scaling your innovation?
I was planning to scale my business because I have done some research. There are some towns in Mariakani, especially in Kilifi County, whereby accessing the internet service is a problem to many people because the bundles, as I said, they're quite expensive. There are regions like Samburu, there are regions like Taru, whereby there's already a demand for the market. But the initial capital of moving to a new town is quite expensive because you'll have to install, let's say, like a new internet connection. The ISP must come, check the survey. So it's a whole lot of process.
How much is it to go to a new town from your survey?
Per location, the initial capital will be around 80 to 100K with all the equipment. Because we're dealing with the office, and then there's electricity part of it. There's a technician who will set up everything. Yeah.
But Samuel, you said one device costs 250,000. So how is it when you go to a new location, it just costs you 100,000?
You see, like a whole setup, let's say like a hotspot, will cost around, because there's a Unify Mesh Pro that is around, the small one goes for around 12K, and there's a bigger one that is around 20K plus the access point. So if you take the small one plus the access point, roughly it will cost around 25K. But for a new location, there will have to be other extra thing, like there'll have to be a server. A server basically will issue the IPs, the voucher, and etc. Apart from the access point that will be installed in a certain location.
Okay, and my last question is, are you the only innovator of this idea, or you are working as a team?
I'm the only one. I'm the only innovator here in Nipe Wi-Fi.
And is your business registered?
It's registered. I have all the documents.
Okay, thank you. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. And Nakimera, do you have any contribution or question?
Yes, thank you, Samuel, for your presentation. So in reference to scaling your business, I would suggest that you do more research on going to upcountry areas where the demand is more. And given the fact that you're alone in your team, I think that's a disadvantage, because if you intend to grow your business, you need to have more people on board so that you can be able to bring them on board and use them in growing your business. And one question that I have for you is that what impact does your idea make on society? Because that didn't come out clearly. Like, how does this impact your society?
Okay, like in this period of coronavirus, there are many students who come to my office so that they can study, they can learn online. There are also people who come and because basically with the Wi-Fi, apart from the business, I also, let's say, like do some things for the community around. For example, like I do upload anything, almost everything that is how do I put it this? As in, I upload for free. Let's say like a movie clip, someone as like
Samuel, I think there's some background noise from your side. Okay, maybe panelists, in the interest of time, we are grateful, Samuel, for your great presentation and great innovation. However, for my side, I was just wondering, what new thing are you bringing in to that solution of offering internet solutions with relation to other existing solutions? Just food for thought. You're having a good idea. Now, we have Affix who really had some challenges joining in, and I want us to allow them to do their presentation. And I think because of time, that is likely going to be our last presentation. And then I'll give an opportunity to our chair, Kivenji, to finalize. So if Affect, you're there, please, this is your time. And I hope you're going to take again. We're giving you 5 minutes. I can hear you. Okay, proceed.
First slide. So we have is that So we offer games. Yeah. Yeah, that's the same. Oh, yeah. So we're also looking at like that. Before like the chance through a contact. It's okay, you could.
Maybe you can cancel sharing, then you share the PowerPoint again.
Elijah, are you okay? Well, maybe we could get a few comments from the panelists.
Okay.
Esther, do you have any question for affects?
For not major questions, but at least I am happy that at least the solution he's presenting is already tested and tried. Clearly, it is addressing a need right now of, as demonstrated by the video. Unfortunately, from my end, the audio was very poor, and I was not able to hear much of what he said. So I'm having to visit the website that he has. So I'm hoping that we will have the opportunity of looking at this presentation and studying it more. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Esther.
before you come in, if I may, on Esther's question, I know the presenters, volume wasn't really good, but this is Charlton. I've actually been to their premises, and maybe what he should have explained better is how Apollo itself actually works, because you can be able to integrate it to any kind of entrance. That's why they can use it with transport. They can use it with different entry points. So let's say as a company, you can have it like it's able to scan if someone is wearing a mask, or if someone is wearing a mask and if the temperature is correct, and then it lets you come in. So instead of someone sitting at the entrance, you say the way you have security people telling someone to go back, or that's not a very accurate way of doing it, because you can find sometimes the security guy isn't there, so the people will still come in. But with this kind of system, that door won't open if someone isn't wearing a mask or if their temperature isn't correct. So it's a very accurate and, I'd say, waterproof way of making sure that you don't have anyone coming in without a mask or without the right temperature.
Thank you,
Charlton.
That has helped a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
I have some questions. They're just two, I guess. So maybe the first question is, Elijah, is it using facial detection? Yes or no? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I can't hear you. Maybe you can just say yes or no. I can't hear you well. Okay. So yeah, I've done a lot of visual system integrating visual detectors, and it's a very good solution by there, a very good solution. But there is a reason why a lot of security systems use biometric. Reason being, most of the visual detectors, including the phones that we use, they can be easily, if for example you do a 3D printout of Savio, you can be able to log in into those systems that you're talking about. So maybe, I don't know whether it's a challenge or it's an edge with your system. Maybe you can try and check. It's basically a challenge. You can try and check that, because I'm 100% sure that most of the systems that use facial detectors can be able to, you can be able to log in using even well printed photos. Yeah. But it's a very good solution that is working. And what I like is the amount of integration that it can do. The other question is, that one was just a comment. Maybe you can explain later in regards to the security. If when someone just 3D prints someone, how can it evade that? But the question that I would like you to answer today is, how much is the production of one device? Okay, 180,000. So, hey, that's a lot of money. But okay. Yes, go on.
Yeah, it depends on.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, and can it be integrated? Yeah, so if, for example, if it comes to a 300,000, that's not a joke. It's good money. But again, can it be integrated in barricades, basically hard doors, like main gates, which are very hard, so that somebody can be able to see what he's getting is something worth the money. Like, for example, the main door. Yeah. So it can be integrated into that, right?
Actually added.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Savio. Can we have anything from Janati Mekimera?
Yes, thank you, Elijah, for your presentation. I think that your innovation is really good, and it's quite timely given the situation at the moment. And I'd like to ask you about your business model. How are you going to ensure that you make money off this? Have you thought about it? And secondly, how do you intend to scale up? Because since it's a good innovation, you need to apply it or like install it in another place. So how do you intend to scale up? And because the initial investment, like Savio mentioned, is a lot, it seems to be a high amount. So how do you intend to scale this up vis-a-vis how you're going to profit from the business venture? Thank you.
There. No. No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Elijah, for your presentation. And we're really grateful that you've had to think that big to bring solutions like this, especially this time and age where we're living in. So such solutions exist. So I really wanted to know, how are you planning to scale up, and what new thing have you introduced that has never been done or has not been done? And what have you improved on? Because innovations like these are all over, and really, what is the new thing that you've introduced that doesn't exist in similar solutions that have been existing?
I think
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Thank you so much, Elijah, for answering my question. Now, members, maybe for the panelists, just request that we also respond to the online form for that group. And at this point, I really want to appreciate your patience throughout the presentation. I know it's been we've been having, as usual, on virtual meetings, the network issues, especially on the side of the presenters. But you're really grateful that you had to take some time to join us during these presentations. And now I want to take this chance to welcome on board our chairman, Kedenji, so that he can really take some time to bring this to a close. And I really want to appreciate all the judges and all the presenters and every participant who has been participating throughout this activity actively. And we've come up with a feedback form. I think Kithinji will talk about that. But from my side and the panelists, I really want to thank you for your patience and your time. I can see it's already 9:15, and you really participated actively. We're really grateful for that. So take it up, Kithinji. Kithinji, please unmute. We can't hear your voice.
So thank you very much, Dr. Amos. And okay, you hear me now?
Yes,
can you hear me, Dr. Kirongo?
We can hear you. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I think I need to drop the video so that at least I have enough bandwidth. So thank you very much for the members and also judges and everyone who has had to stick till the end of it. Unfortunately, we haven't had two startups pitching their solutions, but I think for the five that we have heard about them, I think it has been really nice, and I've actually loved the grinding. And that is exactly why we are here with competence judges and guys sharing their solutions and getting to ask questions and getting to hear the clarity from them. So without much ado, I think it's really an honor to appreciate all the judges that have been able to stick till this time. I know Hester had a very kind of tight schedule, and I know it's really unfortunate that things had to go this way until now that you are here. And but all I will ask is maybe to give judges the final word for them, maybe to share a word or two with us on a general comment regarding the projects and the session as a whole, as I close the session for today. Maybe we could start with Hester.
Thank you, Kithinji. It's always a pleasure working with you, and more importantly, listening to young innovators, young professionals presenting their innovative ideas. For me, what I see is a good future for our region. I know we had a presenter from Uganda, so this is really a regional initiative. My observation is that you have all done a fantastic job. As a senior professional, one of the few things that I have picked is an area that we need to improve on, and this is work for us as leaders of IEEE, is to help you all and others in terms of how do you pitch an idea and how do you pitch it convincingly? How do you present your idea in such a way that when you're given your 5 minutes, you actually capture what is needed and you're able to allow the judges to understand your innovation from A to Z. So for me, I see a need for further training and capacity building in terms of presentation, communication, putting together your slides in a way that they are catchy and attractive and able to get someone to understand what you're working on, and being able to have that call to action. What is it that you're looking for as you pitch for this idea? So I see an opportunity for further capacity building and enhancement, but generally it was a fantastic effort, and thank you to all the presenters, and I wish you all the best. And if you do not win, that does not mean you did not do a good job. It just means you have an opportunity to give it another try and to improve on it and to piggyback on all these experts that are on this platform and more. Otherwise, thank you so much, and may God bless you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Esther. And I think it has really come out clearly that some of the presentations that we have really gotten I really need some furnish and that is something that we will really need to work on it for next time. So next is Savio. I hope Savio can hear me.
Yeah, thank you very much. For me, I'm happy. We have great ideas, but as Esther said, is do a lot in terms of product presentation. We need to know, okay, the guys needs to be taught on the art of pitching and what to say, what not to say, and also the branding in terms of the presentation, how they look like. If the presentation can look much better and have a flow of the project on how it is flowing, so that even when somebody does not get what you're talking about, we can be able to follow up. Like what we saw on the last project, you see the noise is not good, the sound is not good, but we can follow it well through the PowerPoint that are being presented. So if we can get the other guys to do the same, I guess it'll be good. But the innovations are good, they are competitive, and I know with a little boost, they'll be great. So thank you very much, and let's see you next time.
Okay, thank you very much, Savio, and we really appreciate your input. And actually, it has been really an honor having you and having to grind the startups in a manner that it has really. I hope they have learned from the questions and from all the critics that they have been throwing up to them, so that at least next time they are really better. The next is Janati. Your final comments?
Yes, thank you very much, Kithinji, for organizing this. This is a very good initiative. It enables young innovators to grow in confidence and to develop their startups. And one thing I'd like to share is that I have been able to pitch at different events, and fortunately, I've been able to win a few awards. And one thing I'd like to share about pitching is that whenever you're called upon to pitch for, let's say, 3 minutes or 5 minutes, think of it as an elevator pitch. Like you're going, like you're in an elevator and you meet an investor, and then he or she asks you, what do you do? So what do you say to them in those 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 5 minutes? So think of it that way, so that you're persuasive, show that you're positive, show that you're confident, show that you know what you're talking about, and basically show that you're passionate about what you're doing and be clear. And of course, it's work in progress. You may not be able to learn everything at once, but this is a stepping stone. I would encourage all of you to use the skills that you've learned from this training to grow your startups and to scale up. And in case of any feedback that you've been able to get from other judges and each one of us throughout the week, please make use of it and ensure that you progress. So I'd like to thank you very much for your participation. And thank you very much, Kithinji, for inviting me to participate in this Startup Week. And thank you, everyone.
Kithinji, are you still there? All right, maybe as we wait for Kithinji to reconnect, I just have a few comments to make with regard to today's presentations. And the presenters, we are really grateful for the great work you've done. And for our part, as the IEEE chapter, we have identified like gaps that we can build upon, make our presenters better, to make our students better and our participants better, so especially in future presentations, so that we can improve on your social skills, on your presentation skills, originality, and just like what Kimera has mentioned on how to keep time, especially when you're pitching and you're showcasing your work to potential investors. So there are a lot of gaps that we will be able to fill as time goes by. But so far, so good. The presenters, we really tried. And even for those who maybe did not manage to present, we shall organize for similar sessions in future so that you can be able to benefit from this. So at this point, I want to invite again Kidinji, please, if you're there.
Yes, I think I've reconnected. Maybe for those who don't know where I am, I'm in Isiolo, and the network here is really hectic. But I hope now, Dr. you can hear me well.
Yes, you're clear, Kidinji.
Okay, perfect. So, so at this juncture, I think all of us, for the presenters and for the judges. So for the presenters, you will give judges some time so that they go through what you have shared today, and they go back to your presentation that you had shared earlier, so that they kind of do their final analysis. So probably we will get the final results maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Dr. Amos Shege is our senior judge. He will collaborate with other judges so that we get a fair kind of a deal where we will present the top 3 who really deserve to represent IEEE Kenyan section in Region 8. And for me as the chair, and on behalf of IEEE young professionals here in Kenyan section, nothing really makes me feel satisfied and nothing gives me joy, even to push to the level that we have pushed with Chaltu and Nick Kabingu and Amos and even Nation at the Absentia, among others like Shadrax, who have really done a quite amazing job, is to make sure at least we see young professionals, and not only young professionals, but we see IEEE members here in Kenya benefit and actually build successful startups. Those one can really change the kind of the face and the kind of narrative that we have, which is kind of unemployment and such kind of stuff. So for me, I'll do quite an off kind of a thing today, and I will invite you to just to do the closing of this, and not the ordinary closing that we are used to, but to close today's session with a word of prayer. I think, Chaltu, that will be right in order, so that at least as we say our session has been successful, we thank God for everything that has been able to happen for the entire week. That is, I guess, over 20 hours, or rather over 10 hours. And the kind of job that we have done, it's really amazing. So, Chaltu, you can close with the word of prayer, and we will share the feedback form with all of us, plus the recordings, and also the results will be shared on the email to all those who have registered. So if you have not registered, you will not be able to get the results. So kindly register on that link so that you will be able to get the updates and also the future kind of communication in regard to the startup, IEEE Startup Week. So mine is to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you very much for being part and parcel of this great endeavor. Chaltu, back to you.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, Kitinji, for that well-articulated remarks. And thank you, everyone, for coming in this whole week. It's been dedication in time, dedication in terms of your presence here. So we really appreciate it. And for the judges, you've done an amazing, amazing job. On my end, I've also learned something today, and I believe we've all learned something over the course of this week that we are going to apply and make sure that we use it in our daily lives and also in our startups and in our jobs even. So thank you so much all for the presenters. You've all done a very amazing job. You've presented your ideas well. So whoever wins, whoever gets the opportunity, we will congratulate you. For the others, don't lose hope. Just keep trying and make sure that you keep doing the applications from the different presenters we had. You've gotten ideas on how to better your pitch, on how to better your idea. So go back to the drawing board and just keep trying. Don't give up. So thank you so much all. And it's been an amazing week for all of us. We've had a bit of challenges here and there, but I think generally it's been quite a great session. So thank you all so much. And I see Ron is saying it's been insightful and great exposure. Very, very true. Thank you all so much. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do prayers unless anyone else has something to say. Yes, so let's say a word of prayer. So dear Lord, we thank you so much for the gift of life, for having taken care of us this whole year, regardless of the challenges that we had to face. 2020 has not been an easy year, and we are grateful for all of us who are here in good health, and we pray that you may continue to keep us in the same, and even our family, friends, and as a nation as whole, we are very grateful. We thank you, Lord, because we are seeing a change in the narrative of African youth as we continue to grow on our ideas, to build our ideas. We pray that you may give us knowledge, you may give us wisdom to continue growing and to continue making sure that we are able to reach boundaries that we did not even expect to. So we are grateful, Lord. And as we close this night, we pray that you may walk with us. As we close the year, we pray that you may give us the strength and you may carry us all the way up to next year again and in the future. We thank you so much for everyone who is here. May you bless them. May you bless all their endeavors. May you be their light and guide in everything they do. Thank you so much, and amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone. And I've shared the link, the registration link on the chat. So if you have not registered, kindly register so that you can get updates regarding to who will be the top 3 teams that will be representing IEEE Kenyan section. So it's now upon the judges to go and look through the presentation and all that, and then give us the top 3. Otherwise, thank you very much. You can leave at your own pleasure. Bye-bye, everyone, and good night.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Bye.